and I'll figure out.
Wow, congratulations. You know what, that's a start though, because once your clients are trained to do that and to know what are expected,
Yep.
then it'll become a lot easier and you'll start to see that happen more often.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it was like their gallery was ending, and I think they just went there and panicked and picked two things and got out of it, then got out of it. So
Awesome.
yeah, it's a start.
Got to start somewhere, right?
Yeah, for fall sports, I want to try and do like some custom price lists and just redo all my stuff. Because like I said, I had my little panic mode where I jumped back to shoot proof, and I was like, why am I back here?
Don't do it.
Yeah, I know. And so that was like for fall. For winter, I've already gone through and started making making the categories for winter, and for like my game shots and stuff. So I'm gonna spend some time before probably mid-October and get everything ready for winter sports.
Very nice.
Yep.
Well, that'll be good. It's always, I love that about you, that you're always, preparing for what's next. And I think that is one of the most important things that you could do in your business, is being prepared and, teaming up with, or partnering up with some of your vendors that can help you prepare for that ahead of time as well, because we're ultimately looking and listening for what's about to happen. So we can help you prepare for that as well and communicate that. But it's so weird this year. I mean, the timing's different of what's happening.
And the thing to do is not panic, because last year I had a pretty big football team, and they left me, and I couldn't figure out what had happened. And I kept thinking it was me, and they wanted me to cut corners for them everywhere and give them like cheap pricing. And, yeah. And so, I marked stuff like their banners down like 1/3 off. And she had a friend that did banners. So they actually got rid of me and had a mom do the photos. And over the weekend, I was doing photos for 2 cheerleaders, and I saw their banners hanging, in the bleachers. So, me being curious, I walked up to take a look at the quality, and it looked like it was shot with an iPhone.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and just blown out. I'm like, I said, you guys would do that to your seniors, just to save a dime. And so, at first I was kicking myself, because I'm like, what could I have done better? And my girlfriend, who she's very zen.
Okay, I'm gonna get started now. Okay. Thank you for joining me for today's live demo here at InView on order fulfillment. And my name is Michelle. So we're gonna get started. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about how to fulfill your orders with InView. We have a couple of different ways that I can share with you to do so. In 2 of those ways, we have options for auto fulfillment and manual fulfillment. And so the automatic fulfillment is going to be an option for you to fulfill your orders through a gallery quickly and simple and directly to your client or to your studio. The manual fulfillment is if you want to pause and review your order and then fulfill with InView with the easy button or on your own through the ROES software that we offer. So I'm going to go ahead and show you 2 of those options, but we wanted to give you flexibility and control, but keep it as simple as possible. So you can take care of your clients and have quality control at the same time. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off my camera. I'm going to share my screen. So if you have questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. And then we'll pause throughout the demo just to answer any questions. Otherwise, we'll carry on at the end. All right. Give me just a moment. And I'm going to share my screen. And here we go. All right. Okay, here I am at the gallery manager. So if you do have an account with us and you want to follow along, go ahead and do so at this time. And I want to jump back to the auto fulfill really quick. And this is basically gives you, the option to fulfill with the products that are eligible. So this would be prints, all paper types, mounts, and finishes, as well as metal prints, gallery wraps, and your digital downloads. So those are the fulfillment. And with the downloads, you can also choose to review and revise your orders prior to the fulfillment. Like I was mentioning before, which even then, custom or pro custom products that we talked about last week on your price list, now those will automatically be part of manual fulfillment and order review. Okay. And so, with manual fulfillment and order review, you can simply just fulfill whatever you want through our ROES and also other labs of your choice. For example, H&H. Okay, so here I'm going to go ahead and get started, and we'll just talk to you a little bit about where you would find the fulfillment options. So we'll start with an IPS order. So when you go into your orders tab, or you can simply just look here where it says orders and click on the order itself. Otherwise, you'll always look for your orders in an easy button right here under orders, and you can go to summary or activity. Activity allows you to search for those order receipts pretty quickly and efficiently. And if you guys had read, we had the Tuesday tip out there, and that was on order statuses. And I thought that was appropriate for this week during everybody's busy time, and things are moving so fast, and you want to make sure that your orders and your clients are all taken care of by organizing your workflow and keeping track of those orders. So anyhow, moving forward. So here is an order that has not been processed, or anything's done, hasn't been done with it within an IPS session. So I'm going to go ahead and click on view order details. And right here, I want to make sure that I mark it paid because it was an in-person payment. So here at the top, you'll always know that you have the option to fulfill through InView with this easy button right here. And I wanted to go straight to that very first easy button that you can do. So if you have in your order a list of the items that had been sold. So it looks like here there was a wall collection with 3 20 by 20 prints purchased. So what I'm going to do is, if I wanted to, I could simply download these images, or I could, because it's a custom product, if you see in here, I'm unable to replace those items, but I could simply select the fulfill through InView button if I didn't need to replace those. And it looks like I could just click on it and hit continue to check out. So that's one example. I'm going to go to another order here in activity because I want to show you some additional, let's see if this one has been the status. It has been sent to the lab. Okay, so it looks like here is the same. All right, so I want to show you right here the option to replace the images and fulfill through InView. So this is where you would have in what we call an order review. So the order has paused because it's an IPS session, and this order came from that session. And so it's automatically manual fulfillment. But what I'm displaying here is the opportunity to make it quick and easy with order review and the fulfill with InView, which is the easy button. So if I wanted to, I can simply go in here and edit the item. If I wanted to upgrade the size, I could do that. Crop, make some adjustments here. All right. And then I can replace the image if I wanted to, if I had some post-production retouching, just wanted to verify the crop, that type of thing. Then you could just select, do you want just this item only? All items in this order. All orders from this image gallery that have not been submitted to the lab. So basically, you know, you could select which option you want. So if I'm going to retouch it, I want anything that's ordered after that to be, you know, replaced with this retouched one. So then you can continue to upload. Once you've replaced that image with that, then it's going to replace it and it's ready to be fulfilled. So then you just click on this easy fulfill through InView button. If there are items that can be fulfilled automatically through InView, then you can select one individually at a time. So maybe you have multiple items, and some of them are items that are coming from H&H, like their Edge collection or the South Sincata albums, that type of thing. Then you would just simply leave that one unchecked. You hit continue to checkout, and you can select your shipping method, the ship to customer, or you can ship it to the studio address on file, or you can choose an alternate address. And then when you hit next, and this is the photographer's invoicing, not the customers. And sometimes people get confused about that when they're fulfilling right from the order receipt. So this is your cost of the goods. So you may have available account credit, or you can use a credit card on file. Or if InView is offering any promotions on products for that month, maybe it's a metal or a prints, you would apply that code there and it would transfer over. Then you would submit the order and then it's done. You can change your status to sent to lab and it's done. Okay. All right, so that is how you would use the easy button fulfill through InView with an IPS session or a manual fulfillment order that is placed on order review. And that would be very similar to the client gallery. If you have the gallery set to manual fulfillment or / order review, then you would do the exact same process as I just showed you. Now, the other option is if you wanted to fulfill the order through InView's ROES, you can do so you can download the images directly from the invoice, or you can go to the gallery, and I've showed you this before, but let's just say here, I'm going to click on this item. And when you go under images, and we've talked about this before with each email address, so it says in-person sales, or it'll say client gallery, you can go into their cart, see what images they ordered, or it'll say order if they placed an order. Let's see, we should have one here, purchased. So now you can just select all of those and download those onto your computer and do your retouching, or you can use our Lightroom plugin and download the file names and copy into Lightroom or to any other search to find those images. Okay, and then you can do your retouching, or you can put them directly into ROES. So I'm going to show you ROES here very quickly. Give me just one moment. I want to make sure that I'm still sharing my screen. Okay, so I am going to show you where you can find ROES really quick before I open it. So when you're in your home, you can either download ROES directly from the product list. So when you go to order a product, for example, let's do professional printing, and you want to order, when you hit order now, it gives you that option to download the ROES software. So if you haven't done that, you should. It's really simple. And I know other companies use ROES, but you can do that. So let me go back and I'll show you another spot that you can find your download is on the home screen. And then you can go down here to the ROES software and download it directly from here. And it'll give you the options when you hit download. Okay, but I already have it downloaded. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my ROES software. And are you Carl, are you able to still see my screen?
I am, yes.
Okay, good. All right, so here I have ROES open, and when you download it, it's going to ask you to fill out some information here. So when you do that, you can go in and start ordering. So up at the top, click on Start Ordering, and then over here to the left-hand side is all your products that are available through InView ROES, okay? And if you look over here, looks like I can add my images. So the images that you've downloaded, there's an Add Image button right here. Let me see if I can open that up a little bit larger for you. It's not letting me. All right, so now I have this screen like, there we go. I'm going to pull it down a little bit just so you can see that. Okay, so it gives you instructions right here, and then you can start here, but you can go ahead and add your images that you've downloaded. So it could be a folder, it could be individual images, or you could take images from your desktop and just drag and drop them into this place right here. So I want to make sure that I am okay. Going to, let's see what I have in here. Let's just open some of those. So it should upload some images here, and it looks like spreads. So let's put some different ones in there. But it looks like I have a lot. Okay, well, we've got a lot of images going in here. Okay, so let's just add a couple more. I'll find some on my desktop. I just want to show you a couple. And all right. Those are the spreads. So we're going to add a few of Shelby here. All right. So I'm going to add those because that's easier for me. Because then I can select just the ones I wanted and not a whole folder. Okay. All right. So here we are. And now I can go and select what products, because I know what, you know, the order. So here's the images, and they ordered, we're going to do color corrected, and we're going to do luster paper. And it looks like they ordered those large prints. So you have your product info, the paper type, and then your standard sizes, your large sizes, and your panoramic sizes. And so they ordered the 20 by 20s. So now I could just drag and drop these images in there, and these are the low res. So, and you can make your adjustments. And then when you're done, you can add it to the cart. And if you have any other options that you want to add, so if you want to choose retouching, you can do that. We offer that service right here. Any additional tools like mask or tint, if you want to add different finishes or mounting after the fact, or maybe it's a really odd size. So maybe it's a 17 by 20 or 22 by 30. And we don't offer that size. So you just order the larger size and then you want us to trim it down. We could do that. So that's what that's for. And then you can enter any directions. And then once you're done, you just hit it, add to cart. And then you would add your other one. Add to cart. And so the more products that you're adding, you're going to see that those are adding up over here, and it's showing 3 items in the cart. So now I can, once I'm done, I can simply go to my cart and those items are here. So if you need to verify and just make sure everything's good, or you need to modify it, and you look down here at the bottom, there's a save for later. So if you're just starting the order and you have to pause, you can save that for later and continue when you come back. Or you can go back after you've checked this and continue shopping. Otherwise, if you're done, you hit complete and send the order. And then once you're done, you hit next. So let me do this. Make sure that everything is right.
Hey, Michelle, I have a question.
Sure.
So for like high school seniors, right? One of the things that I sell that I don't need for you guys to do is like the yearbook headshot. So it's like, it's a digital file. It doesn't need to go to you guys. I just need to charge them for it. And then, you know, from me, I would send it directly over to the yearbook. So how would I handle that in this system?
You need it to go directly to the school.
Yeah, but and it's like, that's something that I can do myself. I mean, that's not really that big of a deal, but I just need to have, you know, have a place where I can order it and then fulfill it myself. But that's only one item, you know, everything else, you know, on the order I would have you guys do. Does that make sense?
Yes, that does. So you would just not choose to, what you would do is it would be a manual. It would be what I would do is set that as a pro custom product or a custom product on your price list. Okay. So that way it doesn't send automatically. Then you can fulfill that on your own directly to the school. After you have all of those, you could create a category within that gallery that is restricted just for the yearbook staff or administration that has those kiddos who've chosen their yearbook, because you can download them from each order or go in and find it and put them in that specific category folder, and then just share that folder with them, if that makes sense.
It doesn't, but so you're saying create a folder on Enview?
Yeah, like a category that's password protected for only the administrative, where they can download those images directly from the site. So that might be something we might have to follow up here on.
That's actually that's a great idea, because like last year, the yearbook, they lost a few images, and I wound up sending them images like 4 times because I was using, you know, I had gone the old way.
Yes, I see what you're saying, but yeah, there is, for fulfillment wise, you know, in the order receipt, you want to make that just the yearbook image a custom product, so that way it will do pause and make it an order review, and then you can collect that information in that image so that you have it, so you can download it directly from the order receipt, put it in your yearbook folder of images, or you could just drag and drop it from the gallery into a category folder for delivery. And so I can show you that here towards the end.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So once you are in the web cart, what it does is it takes you to the your web cart, basically. So it takes you out of the application into the web cart. So save to the disk for an alternate delivery. You can do that. I typically just send now via the internet, and I have it done. It's ready to go. Send now. And now it is taking me to my administrative box in my cart. So now I can go in and give the order a name. And I can either say, I'm going to ship this to my studio for delivery or for customer pickup, or I'm going to ship this directly to the client. So you can choose to put your client's information in there or yours. You can review the order here, hit next. And then
I'm not seeing any of that at all.
Did it not take you to your web browser? So if you look,
no, I'm actually, what I see right now is just like project collection name, in-person sales, in-person published, and then like the order amounts, and then visits.
So you're on the dashboard, it looks like.
Yeah.
Interesting. So when you went through ROES with me.
Oh, no, I didn't. I was just following along on your deal.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yes. So that if you haven't gone, so this is different because, oh, you're not seeing my screen is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Thank you. So let me go here. Sorry about that. Okay, here we are, because it switched a browser for me. So I apologize. So
no worries.
Let me go back a step. So here, here is where it, I was talking about the order. So it pulls up this in the web cart. So then you can go in and give the order a name. Choose your shipping option. Enter your client's address if you want, and then hit next. And what that does is it gives you the option for overnight shipping. So something to keep in mind, and this is just a tip, is that if you are ordering prints and then you're ordering medals or gallery wraps within the ROES software, what you would do is order the prints first, don't check out, then go in and order your gallery wraps or your medals and don't check out. Then you will go to your ROES cart, and I'll show you how to do that in a moment, because they ship differently. Yep. And if you want to add them in the same cart, then you would do it like this. So if you look here, what will happen is I would have one order here for my medals, and then I would have my prints down here. And so what you would do is then go ahead and say, okay, I want to check out of both of these cards. And it gives you the order numbers here. Then enter your information or your credit amount, acknowledge it, and it bundles and connects those two orders together. Okay, so you don't have to order them separately. You're paying for it all at once. Okay, does that make sense?
It does.
Okay, great. So I'm going to hit, I'm not going to hit submit yet because I want to show you how to get to your ROES cart. For some reason, maybe the internet is not working or you had to close out of it and come back to it later to add another order. So I'm going to go back to the admin. And let's see. All right, so this is going to be down here where it says ROES cart. So when I click on that, when I click on that, it now takes me to my cart. So if you're ever, unsure of where it's at, that's where it's at. When you order from ROES and you're adding multiple items and you have to pause and come back to it, you can't wrap it up right then and there. So that's another way for fulfillment. Okay. So now you can go in and check out and it's all done and taken care of. So you acknowledge the order, it's done. And there you go. So that is the fulfillment through ROES. And my sharing, I'm going to take you back to my desktop here. All right, so I'm going to get out of ROES. All right. So do you have any questions as far as ROES goes and how that works?
No, I do have a question, but I think it's probably down the path a little bit here. Once the money, once you guys collect the money from my client, how do I get you guys to pay me?
Sure. So yes, under orders at the top, it says get paid. So this is very important. So if you are doing auto fulfillment or in-person sales and you use our merchant of any sort, you would want to add your bank account right here. And we pay out every Friday. And I do believe it's the following week. It's Wednesday morning when we collect all that information. So at the end of the day, Tuesday, early Wednesday, and then we pay out on Friday. And so you want to make sure you enter that information. So once you enter your bank account, what's going to happen is you're going to get a very small test deposit. And that test deposit, what you'll do is once you add your bank information all in here and save, it's going to give you that test deposit, and then it's going to ask you to verify. So you hit verify and enter that small amount. And it can take it says setup process takes about 3 to 6 days, which is very exciting. It used to take longer. So that is great news. And then once it's verified, then we release the funds. So you can always see how much you have under summary. And it'll say how much money over here. So I have an account credit this amount, available for payout this amount, because you can set a reserve amount up to, I think it's 200 to 400. And I'll show you that on another demo. But yes, so there's how you would get paid out. And it'll show you here if you don't have it set up, it'll tell you, go ahead and get it set up, because then that's how you're going to get paid out. Okay. So yeah. So those are the fulfillment options with InView. And do you have any other questions in regards to the fulfillment?
No, like I said, I'm still just kind of finding my way through stuff, and I got to figure out, sure, how best to make it work. I have some stuff, questions about categories, but I'll email you those.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that would be great. And then we could get that organized for you, and have it working smoothly, so that you have at least some kind of direct path to delivering those easily. Okay. For sure. All right. Well, let me go ahead and tell you bye. I'm going to turn my camera on here really quick. There we go. Well, I sure thank you for joining and learning. That's half the battle.
Yeah, exactly.